Narayanam Gurum Vande Sharanyam Bhakta Bandhavam Gauramano Purnam Radha Dasyam Pradayakam Gauramano Purnam Radha Dasyam Pradayakam Vanja Kalpatarupcha Kripa Sindupya Evacha Paditanam Bhavanepyo Vaishnavepyo Namo Namaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare Hare. All glories to Srila Gurudev, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Varga, and all glories to assembled devotees. And we will start the program. And today, the topic is from Srimad Bhagavatam. Actually, Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, this is chapter, Canto 1, chapter is 6, where Narada Muni was telling about his previous birth to his disciple, Srila Vyasadeva, because you all know that Vyasadeva was about to kill himself. But then because of his Gurudev, Narada Muni, then now the instruction was going on. That we covered long ago. And now we are taking some pieces from Srimad Bhagavatam, and this is the place where now Narada Muni is explaining about his previous birth. It's not that everyone can remember the previous birth. It's not possible. Bhatta Jivas have no idea. But whereas all these Atmas, Mahatmas and great saints, they know everything. They even know past, present and future of whatever is going on. And especially Narada Muni is so unique that he can really travel to all the places in the entire universe. So that is very, very special aspect of Narada Muni is that. So here what we see is after intense instruction, chastisements, Vedavyasa felt so glad and determined to follow the instructions from Narada Muni. அதான் இந்த முன்னால் உள்ள கிளாஸில் அதை பற்றி பேசணும். நாரத முனி என்ன சொல்லுவாருன்னா, அவரு வைஷ்ணவ சாதுக்கள் கூட அசோசியேஷன் கிடச்சிது. He had association with Vaishnava sadhus. That made a big difference in his life. So Vedavyasa he was very curious to know about his life of his Gurudev, Narada Muni, and he inquired more. Vyasa uvacha bhikshubir vipravasite Vinyānāde srubhishtava vartamano vayasyatye tadakim akarod bhavan. So Vedavyasa was asking, what happened when the great sages actually departed? What happened? Oh, please tell me from the beginning, what happened to you? Actually, due to curse, Narada Muni actually once he was actually a Gandharva. அவர் ஒரு கந்தர்வராக இருந்தார் முன்னால். அப்புறம் என்ன ஆச்சுன்னா, he sang in praising of demigods. Because we are not supposed to glorify any demigods by prayers. Demigods like Ganapati, or Muruga, or இதெல்லாம் அவங்களெல்லாம் we should not really praise them. We only give respect. But the praising should go to Vishnu and Narayana and Krishna. Especially Krishna. So other than that, what is the point in actually singing and composing songs and then singing for them? No use. Because their worlds are temporary in nature. So the Prajapatis or great demigods cursed Narada Muni to become a Sutra. Because Narada Muni, he got so proud in composing these, bhajans. No, he got, I have really done this, everything, and then he was singing, composing, and also he is very good singer. He was a Gandharva. Gandharva, they really make songs and also sing. Many artists that we see in this world, they all in their previous birth, previously they were on Gandharvas, most probably. Because like M.S. Subbulakshmi, they are all, many people used to say, oh, she was a Gandharva. Like that, but we don't want to take that kind of lines. We don't want to be really singing in classical singings. So, but he got into that level, so he got really, popped off. And he got cursed to become a Sutra. ஒரு சின்ன அதாவது கீழ்ச்சாதியில் போய் பறங்கிறதுக்காக வேண்டி என்ன பண்ணிட்ட சாபம் கிடச்சி போச்சு அவருக்கு. ஏன்னா அவங்க தேவர்களை பற்றி அவர் பாடிட்டார். அதனால ஸோ அதனால பிகாஸ் ஆஃப் தேட் நாரத முனி Narada Muni was born as a son of a Sutra maid servant. But that Sutra maid servant was really serving to sadhus. So that really made a big difference. Because she was always, serving sadhus in their small huts. And they used to come and then give so many harikathas. So these great sages, because of the association, Narada Muni was really getting so interested. ஹரிகதைகளை பற்றி கேட்கணுன்னா அவருக்கு மேகப்பட்ட ஆர்வம் உண்டாயிடுது. ஏன்னா ஹரிக்கதை அவ்வளவு ஏன்னா சாதுக்களிருந்து ஹரிக்கதை கேட்கறதுங்கிறது ரொம்ப வசதி. அப்போ இந்த மாதிரி அதில் ஒரு டேஸ்ட் அவருக்கு யாருக்கு வந்துடுது, நாரத முனி அந்த சின்ன குழந்தையா பிறந்திருக்கு இந்த கீழ்ச்சாதியில் உள்ள பெண்ணுக்கு. அந்த பணிப்பெண் ஒர்க் பண்ணது சாதுக்களை பார்க்கற வேண்டியது, சேவை செய்ய வேண்டியது. ஸோ this maid servant was serving these all the sadhus, and because of that Narada Muni also was lucky to really be associating with. So it was very nice. So then, especially during 2 seasons, so 2 seasons, அதாவது rainy season and autumn season. Rainy மழை சமயம், மழை காலம், அப்புறம் இலையுதிர் காலம் அப்படின்னு 2 காலத்தில் சாதுக்கள் வர்றாங்க அங்கே. So these sadhus came there, and this Narada Muni as a boy was getting so much attached to those sages. And because he was very gentle in behavior, and all, his sins were eradicated in their service. அவர் சொல்றாரு, என்னுடைய ஹார்ட்ல, in my heart, I developed so much of, faith in them. And because of what I am seeing from them, I could control my senses very easily. So my body was really getting under control. Mind also under control. அவர் சொல்றாரு, நாரதமுனி அப்படி சொல்றாரு, பிக்ஷுபீர் விப்ரவசித்தே விஞ்ஞாதேஷ்பிர் மம வர்த்தமானோ வயசோ ஆத்யே ததயேதகாரஷம். அவர் சொல்றாரு, those sages gave me so much of spiritual knowledge. They were all so transcendental for me. But soon they had to depart from their place. சீக்கிரம் அந்த இடத்துலேருந்து அவங்களுக்கான போக வேண்டியிருக்கு. ஏன்னா சன்னியாசிஸ் ஆர் நாட் சப்போஸ் டு ஸ்டே இன் ஒன் பிளேஸ். சன்னியாசிஸ் போயிட்டே இருக்கணும். தே ஹாவ் டு கீப் ஆன் ட்ராவலிங் ஆல் த வே. So now they are going, but these sages wanted to give him Diksha. Because Narada Muni was serving for so many months. Because rainy season and also autumn season, they wanted to give Diksha. But Narada Muni was under the control of her mother. Ekatmaja me janani yoshin muda chakinkari mayi atmaje anyana gato chakre snehanubandanam. Because I was the only one son of my mother. My mother was a simple woman and the maidservant as well. Since I was her only offspring, she had no other alternative for protection. Who will protect her? So she was also giving so much of affection, love and affection to me that I could not do anything. Actually, I was like a puppet under her affection. So much of affection. And in fact, when I was very small, I studied in a boarding school. அங்கே தங்கி அங்கே படிச்சிருக்கேன். அவ்வளவுதான் எனக்கு தெரியும். I don't know anything other. I was so dependent on my mother's affection and had no experience of different places. When the sadhukal diksha, because sadhukal wanted to, because they were really so merciful, who will give diksha? By giving diksha, one is really taking the sins of the disciples. Who will give diksha? But because of the mercy, அந்த அவரோட கருணைகளால தான் அவங்க வந்து தீக்ஷா நீ எடுத்துக்கோ அப்படின்னு they are telling. But then the Narada Muni came and then told her, his mother, these sadhus, what kind of punya that I really got. This is so good. So they are now ready to initiate me by giving mantra. And I will become a disciple. And then I can really progress in my devotion and reach Bhagavan. The கேட்ட உடனே அந்த அம்மாவுக்கு தூக்கி போட்டுது. Because that maidservant, mother was so afraid now. Because the only one protection will be gone. She said, no way, immediately blocked. She was very angry also. But then Narada Muni was telling, the sadhus will leave very soon. What can I do? So he was wondering what to do. He was crying to the Lord, oh Lord, the mercy is coming. But there the mercy is coming, but here I am blocked. I cannot proceed. Please help me. What can I do? Poor Lord. Within few days, when his mother was actually trying to milk the cow, a cobra just bit and she died. Actually, everything works under the control of the Lord. If the Lord wants to favor somebody, because what is the favor? Favor is spiritual, is the favor, not like wealth or fame or these and degrees and your disease cured. That is not the favor. That is your karma. So the favor is spiritual. So finished. Is only block. Look at her, how much affection, love and affection that she gave. But the Lord just like that cut that off. So now the only obstacle have really gone. So the sadhus recognized this mercy of the Lord and they gave diksha. Now look at here. The obstacle is gone. தடங்கள் நீந்து போயிடுது. திக்ஷை கிடச்சிடுது. ஆனால் அம்மாக்கு இல்லை. I don't have my mother. Only obstacles I had is gone. But now, sadhus, so now the sadhus, they just left the place too. I was unhappy that they are leaving. Because I don't want to really miss them. I was crying and crying and crying. But they had to move on. It is their dharma. They have to go to another place. And they have to roam around. That is the job of the sannyasis. Sannyasis are not supposed to stay in a home or in one place. Actually, Shastra says, yes, sannyasi should never even stay under a tree for more than 3 days. Because the sannyasi may get affection to the tree. Oh yeah, this is a nice tree here, very nice. And they make it some attachment. Then problem. Sannyasis are not supposed to be like that. So, he got the spiritual mercy. But now he is on the street. Anade, orphan. I was an orphan. What to do? Then he was thinking, oh, yes, Bhagavan, whatever that is obstacles for us in our spiritual development, he will take it out. Yasyaham anugrahanami karishye tattanamam chanai tato adanam tyajanti asyam swajana dukkha dukkitam. இதை கேட்டானா நிறைய பேர் ஓடிடுவாங்க. This particular sloka, if anyone hears, they will run away from Krishna. Because he says, if I really want to give favor to a soul, I gradually take everything from him out. His wealth will be completely gone. Then the relatives will not come to him. Friends will not come to him because he is in poverty. He can't even have anything to eat. So everybody will abandon. In this way, he suffers one distress after another. It happened to Prabhupada. It can happen to any of those who are really so desperate in getting to the mercy of the Lord. This is what the Lord does. So he was orphan, anadai. அனாதையாக அபாயமான காடுகளில் அலைந்து நடந்தேன். I did not have anything except my body. I passed through many flourishing metropolises, towns, villages, animal farms, mines, agriculture lands, valleys and flower gardens, nursery gardens and natural forests. I passed through hills and mountains full of reservoirs of various minerals like gold and silver, copper, and through tracts of land with reservoirs of water filled with beautiful lotus flowers, fit for the denizens of heaven, decorated with bewildered bees and singing birds. I then passed through all these different forests with bamboo trees and sharp grass, weeds and caves, குகைகள், மூங்கில் செடி கொடிகள் உள்ள காடுகள் வழியாகலாம் நடந்து போனேன். I visited deep, dark and dangerously fearful forests, which were the playards of snakes, so many snakes and wolves and jackals. Like that I was traveling, I felt tired, both bodily and also mentally. I was both thirsty and hungry. Sometimes I see a river or a lake and I drink water. And then I usually take a bath. There was only one dress. And by taking some water, I feel some relief from my exhaustion. But like this orphan, with no support, nobody to help me, I was a little boy who is just wandering in this dangerous forest, and I was going no way, no idea where I was going. எங்க போகனே தெரியாம நான் போடிட்டே இருக்கேன். கடைசியில் at some time I came and sat under a banyan tree. So sitting under a banyan tree, shadow of a banyan tree in an uninhabited forest, I began to meditate. அங்கே கீழே உட்காந்து தியானம் பண்ண ஆரம்பித்தேன். I began to meditate upon the யாரை பற்றி மெடிடேட் பண்ணேன். எனக்கு ஹார்ட்டில் இருக்கக்கூடிய பகவான். ஸோ என்னுடைய புத்தி அகங்கார் all whatever I have, everything I concentrated in that meditation. Because this meditation I learned from those sadhus. So that those sadhus also told me how to meditate. So I was following their advices. And then all of a sudden one day I saw Sri Krishna in my heart. Oh, Sri Krishna இதயத்தில் ஒரு நிமிடம், just like that he appeared in my heart. But as soon as I saw, within a moment, he's gone. So now I was desperate. How desperate? Suppose you have really seen something very, the most valuable, and you saw, and all of a sudden you lost it. How will you feel? For the wealthy, for the materialistic people, it is like, suppose we got the greatest diamond in the whole world, very wonderful diamond, and all of a sudden it just vanishes. How will you feel? So I wept, and I was crying and rolled on the ground. And I really lost the vision. Then after that, he was desperately trying to concentrate more. I want to see again. இன்னும் எப்படியாவது இன்னும் பார்க்கணுன்ட்டு அவர் தியானத்தை கூட்டுறாரு. So he was trying to make this dhyana meditation more intense and more intense. But nothing. He was not coming there from there at all. So nothing was happening. Then after some, then he was really struggling, because he felt like he really lost the big jewel. So he was very much aggrieved to see him again, the transcendental form of the Lord. Because if anyone sees the Lord like this, he would not want to see anything else in this world. And then some aerial voice came, and that said, Bhagavan was really talking. He said, in this life, this is the only darshan I can give you. I gave for a moment. Virtuous one, you have once seen myself, and this is just to increase your desire for me. Because the more you hunger for me, the more you will be freed from all material desires. இதுதான் catch. Why? எதனால நமக்கு பொருளாசை, பெண்ணாசை, மண்ணாசை வருதுன்னா, நமக்கு ஆண்டவனை தேவையில்லைன்னு விட்டுறோம். ஆண்டவன் முக்கியமாக நம்ம எடுக்கிறது கிடையாது. அவரை ஃபர்ஸ்ட்ல வைக்கிறது கிடையாது. நம்ம உடம்பு, ரிலேஷன், சொத்தம், because we are not keeping Krishna as the most important in our life. And we are not hankering to see Krishna. We are hankering to really get, massive wealth or massive this and everything, accumulate all these things and relations and everything. We are so hankering to really see the grandma, grandpa, whatever grandchild. So this is what we are having this all our affection, but not really that serious to see Krishna. This is why our material desires are not vanishing. So now, then after saying that, I gave darshan, only one time I am giving, because you still have material hankering is there. Because if there is material hankering, nobody can see me. This is the catch. Why we are saying, oh no, I am not getting darshan, I am not getting darshan, I am not getting darshan. Darshan will come only when you really desperately cry. You cannot say, oh, I am qualified, I am so and so. I have taken the Diksha, now it is 35 years now, or 20 years or something. I am the senior most in my this. I am giving classes, I am giving this, everything. I have read so many books. No qualification. No, you cry for him. Desperately cry for him. Like a crying child. Unless that is happening, the Lord is not going to come. So that hasn't happened in the heart of Narada Muni. So then what did he do? He was just chanting only the Harinama, 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 all the time Harinam. Because that was what was taught by the sages. Harinamate ஜெபிச்சுட்டே எல்லாம் அங்கே ஃபுல்லாக கம்ப்ளீட்டாக எல்லாம் அலைஞ்சு தெரிஞ்சிருக்காரு படைப்படி. அப்போ தர்ஷன் கிடச்சிருக்குது. அதுக்கப்புறம் தென் அவ்வளோதான், there's nothing. So Harinama began chanting. So he is saying in Srimad Bhagavatam 1.6.26, thus I began chanting the holy name and fame of the Lord by repeated recitation, ignoring all the formalities of the material world. So you have to put an end to the material world and material hankerings and the material attachments. Otherwise, we are not going to be getting the mercy of the Lord. So I was chanting. Such chanting and remembering of the transcendental pastimes of the Lord are beneficial, are very, very beneficial. So like that doing, I traveled all over the earth, fully satisfied, humble, and unenvious. Because if you have envious, then Krishna is not going to come in the heart even. As soon as there is envious things comes into the heart, Krishna is immediately thrown out. You may be having all the other good qualities, but if the enviousness is there in the heart, then Krishna is not going to come in the heart. Because there are about many bad, bad qualities are there. Lust, anger, greed, and all those things are there. But that can be rectified by Guru Seva and deity Seva. You can do that. That will go away. And chanting, that is fine. But envious, only you have to deal with that. So that is why then Srimad Bhagavatam also says that, So only when you have no envious in your heart, then Krishna is attracted into the heart. This is very important. Anyway, so now we are reading few more. Oh, now he is actually talking to his disciple, who? Narada Muni, the disciple Vyasadeva. Oh, and so, oh Brahmana Vyasadeva, in due course of time, I who was fully absorbed in thinking Krishna, and who therefore had no attachments, being completely freed from all material pains, then I died. Then I left my body. But then what was happening? Because when he left the body, something was also he was feeling. He did not go to heaven or hell, because once you really see the darshan of the Lord, these are not the areas. Mahavishnu is actually breathing his Brahmandas, and the creation takes place. And then after a long time, millennium after millennium, then he really breathes this back inside. So all the Brahmandas go back into his breath. Breath means including his body also. His body, the pores of every, because actually in our body also, the pores of the hair, that's all the breathing is going on. It really takes breathing. Scientists are saying it is there. But he is also breathing with, like we can see. So he breathes out and breathes in. Breathes out, Brahmandas come, breathe in, Brahmandas go back, and this finished. So like that, once Mahavishnu was breathing in, and I was just hanging there, and then I entered into his body. And that was the devastation happening. And Brahma also began to enter into him along with all the creative elements. I also entered through his breathing. Then, after a long time, because though me solar years like 4.32 million plus 4.32 million, that is 8.64 million years is just one cycle of these yugas. Then Brahma awoke to create again, because we are talking about this now 1,000 times. These all the Chaturyugas will go. That means 4.32 plus 4.32, what? Billion years. Not million years, billion years for 1,000 cycles for one day. Every day, Brahma goes to sleep for, these 4.32 billion years. And then the daytime will be also 4.32 billion years. And now Brahma is now awaking to create again by the will of the Lord. And by that time, all the rishis like Marichi, Angira, Atri, and so many rishis were also created from the transcendental body of the Lord. And I also appeared along with them. This is my was Narada Rishi. Like Maharishi Rishi, Angira Rishi, Atri Rishi, like that you go, so many rishis. And now my name was Narada Rishi. So I also appeared along with those rishis. Now I was also feeling my divine power, that I was able to travel to all the lokas wherever I want to go. எந்த லோகத்துக்கு போகணுமோ அந்த லோகத்துக்கு என்னால் போக முடியும் மாதிரி அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு பவர் எனக்கு கிடைச்சிது. அதில் இருந்து since then, by the great of Almighty Vishnu, I travel everywhere without a restriction. There is no place that I cannot go, both in the transcendental world and in also the three divisions of this material world. So basically all the material world, all the lokas, we have 14 levels, and the transcendental world, also Vaikuntha lokas, wherever he wants he can go. This is because I am fixed in unbroken devotional service to the Lord. By repeatedly always chanting and chanting and chanting His glories and His Nama. So like this I travel constantly singing the transcendental message of the glories of the Lord. Vibrating this instrument called the veena, which is charged with the transcendental sound and which was given to me by Lord Krishna. Devadattam imam veenam swara brahma vibhushitam murchayitva harikatam gayamanaccharamyaham. So with this veena, this is my life. I always chant and glorify Harikatam. I also give Harikatha to everybody and sing and give Harikatha to everybody. So this is how I have been using my all my time, and now you become my disciple, and all the time my only goal is to really keep on glorifying the Lord. So now, because previously Lord, actually Krishna appeared only once in that life, and then he said, I am not going to give any more darshan in that life. But now, because of his mercy, whenever I chant his name, Supreme Lord immediately comes in my heart. He is in my heart all the time. So நான் இப்போது எந்த நேரத்தில் ஹரிநாம் சொன்னாலும் கிருஷ்ணர் உடனே வந்துடுறார். So it is personally experienced by me that those who are always full of cares and anxieties due to desiring these material things, only Harinama can really save them. But unfortunately they are lost by their insignificant intelligence. Actually no intelligence, only foolishness. They are cheating themselves, thinking then whatever they are doing is the best. It is true that by practicing sense control, by the yoga system one can relieve, but this is not sufficient also, because sometimes people go, yeah, I do yogas, I do this one and everything, I will be fine. What fine? There is not fine. That is not going to give you the real goal at all. So it is not sufficient to give satisfaction to yourself, but actually your real goal should be to satisfy and make Krishna happy. எப்பவுமே நம்ம லைஃப்ல கிருஷ்ணரை ஹாப்பி பண்ணுக்கிட்டு நம்ம இருந்தோம்னா நம்ம லைஃப் அதுதான் சக்சஸ். So the real success of our life is to make Krishna happy, not ourselves happy. Oh Vedavyasa, now I have told my previous lives about. So Narada Muni continued, oh Vedavyasa, you are freed from all sins. Thus I have explained my birth and activities for self-realization as you asked. All this will be conducive for your personal satisfaction also. So like this. Now this story what I told was told by Sutta Goswami to those, all the saints assembled there. And who heard? Sutta Goswami heard from the mouth of Sukadeva Goswami, his guru, who actually heard the Srimad Bhagavatam from his own father, Veda Vyasa, and also from Lord Shiva. So, like this, then now he said, yes, sit here and then write this Srimad Bhagavatam. You have written Mahabharat, total waste. நீ மகாபாரத்தை எழுதியிருக்கா, புராணங்கள் எழுதியிருக்கா, அவ்வளவு குப்பைகள். வாட் எவர் புராணம், எந்தெந்த புராணம் நீ எழுதினியோ அவ்வளவு புராணத்துல நீ அந்தந்த தேவன் தான் பெருசுன்னு எழுதி வச்சுவிட்ட, எல்லாத்தையும் குழப்பி போட்டு விட்ட. நீ கிருஷ்ணரை பற்றி எழுதல. யூ டிட் நாட் ரைட் அபவுட் த பகவான் ஸ்ரீ கிருஷ்ணா. டிட் யூ ரைட்? நோ. தட் இஸ் வை. அதனால தான் நீ உன்னையே சாகடிக்கணும் அந்த கூடிய சிச்சுவேஷனில் நீ வந்திருக்கா. நல்ல வேளை நீ என்னை கூப்பிட்ட. நான் இப்போ வந்து உனக்கு அறிவுரை, பிகாஸ் யூ கால் மீ, ஐ எம் ஹியர் டு ரியலி டீச் ஆல் தீஸ் திங்ஸ். ஸோ டூ ஒன் திங், சிட் ஹியர் அண்ட் ரைட் Srimad Bhagavatam. That is a Bhagavatam that he got. It was later given to Sukadeva Goswami. He then from him got Sutadeva Goswami, and that Sutta Goswami, whatever he told, that is what is written in fact, because the original Bhagavatam could not be written. Original Bhagavatam நமக்கு கிடைக்கல. இது ஒன்லி ரொம்ப குறவு. ஸோ இதெல்லாம் சொல்லிட்டு, now Narada Muni, after saying all these things, he took leave of Veda Vyasa, vibrating on his veena instrument. He left to wander at his free will. He started singing, playing this veena. And then he was just like that, going up and up and up, and Radha Raman, Haribo, all because he is completely immersed in this Hari Bhajan. Hari Bhajan is very important. That is why we gave the name Gokul Bhajan. The temples are Bhavan. Bhavan means place of deities, place of the Lord. That is Bhavan. Temples are Bhavan, but all the organization put together, everything is Gokul Bhajan, because Gokul is Goloka, and Bhajan is, by doing this bhajan means what? Harinam chanting, all the angas of bhakti, they are all bhajans, we call. So with that, now that means all the time we should be chanting Harinam, Harinam. Like the Narada Muni who sings the holy names of the Hari. Now today, to conclude this program, we have our children from Badagiri temple will be singing this Hari Bol. Bol Hari Bol, Bol Hari Bol, Bol Hari Bol. So what this means is, this Bhaktivinoda Thakur has the song. It does not matter where you are. Does not matter who you are, and it does not matter whether you are living in the forest, or you are living in the home, you are living in the whatever it is. Sing the Hari Bol, just sing the holy names of the Lord.